I'm starting venison stew in the crock pot this morning. It's prep for a meal later today so that the meal will be ready this evening when we get home. Are you helping Daddy cook? Yeah, you are. Here I have pepper, garlic powder, thyme, oregano, chipotle chili, salt, and bay leaves. Next, I'm chopping an onion, cooking the onion with the meat, and then I'll throw it all in the crock pot with some chicken broth. I'll let it cook for about half the day, and then I'll add potatoes and carrots. I'll let it cook till they're done. Brianna's outside feeding the chickens and the ducks and the goose. Bree just got back from milking Dolly. She brought back a gallon of still pretty yellow milk. How did milking go this morning?
I would say it's the best day so far, but it takes me forever. But Dolly stood still. The adjustments we made to the milking extension helped tremendously on my back.
Good.
Because we were able to get her closer to me. And she stood still. She does really good. She just, because I take so long, she has to shuffle her feet. But, you know, obviously I'm learning her body movements where I can guess that. I'm figuring out how to do the bucket so that if she does hit the bucket, she's hitting it on the side that I don't pour out of. But she's not kicking at all. She's not kicking at all.
Calf is nursing whenever he wants.
Yeah.
And her milk hasn't actually really come in yet. It's starting to, maybe.
I got everything I could get out. I mean, that's what took so very long. So I've read a lot about this, and a lot of times mama cows, whenever you calf share, they hold the milk back for the calf, and I don't really understand how they do that, but people recommend putting the calf on the cow to get her to let down. As we figure out all the quirks, then if we need to do that, we'll be able to do that. Nope, don't put your hand in there. Help me, please. Can you just watch? Can you watch?
Now, please.
Yeah, you want to put the milk in there? Don't put your hand in, though. Oops.
Here.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. No, don't touch. Don't touch. Spilled some.
Jump forward a couple hours, and I'm finishing off the stew. When we want potatoes, butternut squash, corn, beans, let's see, jam, venison, chicken, all we have to do is go to the freezer or go to the pantry or go under the house. So I'm grabbing some potatoes right now from the pantry. There's potatoes under the house, but it's nice to have potatoes that are closer in so you can just grab them. When we got our potatoes from the garden, we got about 140 pounds of potatoes. And I thought, that's not really that many potatoes. But when you can just go to the pantry or go down under your house for several months whenever you need potatoes, and you make tons of great soups, mashed potatoes, roast potatoes, and you don't have to go to the store for that, that really makes a big difference. One cool thing about this is it actually influences your cooking and eating decisions, because when you have all this great food around, not only do you use it, but you kind of train yourself to be happy with healthy food. It makes you cook differently because you look at it and you're like, okay, what can we make today? That's one of the really great things about having food stored from your garden. Alright, that's gonna do for now. It's actually quite a hot day, so we're letting the fire go out. I'd say for the first time in like 6 days, the fire's completely out. And I'm letting it go out because I need to clean out the ashes. Before I hit the road today, we're going to town for just a little. I've got to check all the animals' water, and we'll check on the calf and see how he and Dolly are doing. Here's Miss Dolly. How are you, baby? You're looking good. And here's Brownie the calf, hanging out in the sun. You look good, buddy. You look so good. I'm gonna grab them some fresh hay here. Hey, piggy. After cows have calves, especially high-producing dairy cows, and Dolly would fall into that category, they are at risk for getting something called milk fever, which is a very serious condition where essentially while their bodies are adjusting to producing milk and all the calcium going into the milk, their calcium levels in their blood can drop, and it can have devastating and fatal consequences. So we're constantly checking on her just to make sure she doesn't get milk fever. Okay, all the animals are good, and we're headed to town for just a little bit. Okay, we're actually home now from being in town, and it's just me and the kids here. Bree stayed in town, and she's getting back later. It's 8 o'clock. We got back a little late. Several, I might even say many people have asked for venison recipes, and while this isn't a recipe, it kind of can give you an idea of some of the stuff we've been doing with the venison. So what I've done here is thickened this stew. I put a couple tablespoons of flour into it and let it cook for a little bit. I'm gonna pour it into this nice bakeable paint dish here. Doesn't that look nice? Then I've got some biscuit dough here. It's kind of funny looking because it is gluten-free and it is sticky. I've actually been wanting to do this, cook this dish for days. I've just been thinking about it. And I'm making it up. I don't have a recipe, so I don't have a recipe to post. And we're gonna top this thick beef stew with some homemade biscuits. I'm gonna put that in the oven for 400 for about 15 minutes, then I'll come back and check it. Brighton was supposed to be asleep, and now he's awake. It looks like that's done. Alright. What do you think, boys? Does that look yummy? This looks like a really good, hearty, healthy supper that we're eating on this winter evening. I'm going out to check on the cow and calf one last time today. Here's Miss Dolly. She's looking good. Here's the calf. Hey bud, how's it going? Hey dude. Do y'all want to go in the barn? It's not even cold out here. I know the goats want to go in the barn. There they are. Standing by the door. Do y'all want to come in? You don't have to. It's not cold out here. One amazing thing about living out in the country is how just bright and brilliant the stars are. When we first moved out here, I would notice it every night. You might be able to see some stars. There's Orion. There's the Milky Way above us. And there's the North Star and the Little Dipper. Okay, I know those star shots exaggerate what it looks like a little bit, but
everything that you're seeing there in the camera, it's light coming from stars. It's actually more than I can see. Anyway, it's beautiful out here. That was another great day on the homestead. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.